Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Good evening or good afternoon. Happy midday on a Tuesday. Happy Juneteenth this Thursday. So, yesterday I didn't go live. I recovered from going out this weekend. And yesterday I started watching Love Island season 7. The girls convinced me on Discord and I asked my mom for her login for Peacock. Cause girl, I wasn't paying for that. And so I started watching it and it's good. It's good. It's good. I love Shelly. I really like her. She's really representing us well, isn't she? I love how the black girls on the show all have braids, so then we don't have to be concerned about wigs, laces, and leave outs. So it's nice. I'm really liking Shelly. I'm on episode 2, y'all. I'm just on episode 2, so don't clock me. But I like how Shelly is playing the field. I'm really liking that. I'm really liking that. So and it's crazy. I really didn't get locked in until probably the end of the first episode. And then I was locked in. And then I got really locked in when they were saying that America votes. See, this is my first time watching Love Island. I'm new to this. I'm all new to this. I couldn't get into it before because I felt like it was corny and it's just about like, teenage love and all of that. Well, not teenage love, but like young love, and I'm like, I'm grown. I'm past that. But I do feel like it's educational for so many different reasons. Um, just for black women in dating and being on a show like that that's very diverse. I feel like it's very good for that. So I also got emails about a content creator by the name of Flawed Villian. Yes, I don't even know how that hit my desktop. Now, I was a follower of hers. I got to be honest on TikTok. And I got to when I reactivate my TikTok, I need to unfollow her. I need to unfollow her ass cuz if you haven't been keeping up with it, I was just filling in on the situation probably right before I started this live. And I mean, it's not shocking. It's not shocking. Um my I don't know if I'm going to do a dedicated video or not, but I just want to put this on record that coming from a woman on social media who puts women up on game when it comes to men and manipulation, you have to understand to not be easily influenced to the point where you're just following people blindly. And Huda is from Love Island, which I have opinions about her, but I'll wait to save that for when I actually do my video. But I just wanted to make you aware that this includes me, okay? Because this is real talk with Yoni. This includes me when I say this, but you have to be smarter and you have to be more discerning when it comes to listening to content creators on social media. First of all, none of us have all the answers. If women had all the answers, it would have been given to you already by now. So we don't have the answers. None of us do. No one on earth has all the answers. And I think that that's what is missing in the social space when it comes to these discourse conversations about men dating and all of that. No one has all of the answers, and no one will have all of the answers, because it was never meant for you to have all of the answers when you embark on life. It's truly meant for you to just experience it. And a lot of people are getting caught up on a content creator telling them how to do this and how to do that. And then you're taking advice. This is where the discernment comes in. You're taking advice from women like myself who are very educated on men and manipulation. And you don't think that we don't have the ability to manipulate you. You don't think that we have the ability to play you. That's delusional. And honestly, I saw the live stream with Priscilla and Flawed Villian, and it's not shocking. Like it's not shocking. Like, you have to be more street smart than this. You just do at this point. Like, you really just do. And if women are so educated on men, then that means that they have the ability to manipulate you in the same way that men do. Yet you're hanging on every word that they're saying. And you know what? It was more to me has been exposed to me in this space recently when it comes to women and how women think. Some of you don't make sense, because you sat up here and you were watching a man that y'all labeled a narc, right? A manipulator, Landon, the whole Wizard Liz situation. Y'all sat up here and was watching this man and thought, oh yeah, like, I can trust him to tell me what's going on with Wizard Liz. Why? If you labeled the man a narc, if you labeled the man a manipulator, why would you sit back and think that you're going to learn the truth about her relationship or their relationship and the outcome of their relationship through his Instagram story? I need the girls to critically think for themselves, not think like me, think for yourself. When it comes to women empowerment, when it comes to being a woman who is self-empowered, you trust yourself. You trust yourself. Stop trusting all of these people outside of yourself. That is betrayal. That is what that is. Self-empowerment, women's empowerment truly is all about you and not other people. And then the whole system, like how it's set up, is to put others before yourself. When are you going to stop doing that? I don't understand. Like, it's just constant, constant, constant. So then one content creator gets exposed and then you look for another. Then another content creator gets exposed and then you look for another. When are you just going to face yourself in the mirror and say, I am enough. I can empower myself. I don't need all of this outside noise. I don't need all of this outside rhetoric. I just need to work on personal development, increase my self-confidence and self-esteem, because this is how you trust yourself. And then I also need to educate myself and come to my own conclusion and perspective when it comes to my own life, however you choose to do that. And I always thought it was weird how women in the women's empowering space were always very forceful. That's what men do. Men are very forceful, very domineering. They feel like you have to do what I say. And that's where manipulation comes in. That's how easy it is to manipulate women. And then it's easy to manipulate women because, well, women are seeking answers outside of themselves. Women are seeking leadership outside of themselves. And then this is the worst part, right? This is what I don't get, because I follow patterns. This is why it's important for you to do shadow work, because women will sit up online. Well, she doesn't have to be perfect. This content creator doesn't have to be perfect, even though they're clearly showing signs that they're a manipulator. They have narcissistic tendencies. They're not honest. They're not truthful. They don't practice what they preach. But then you left the church. You left the church because the church is patriarchal. It's patriarchal. You left the church because you couldn't stand the women in church who were upholding a pastor who was doing the same shit. But then you come to social media and you do the same thing again. This is why shadow work is important. And then women wonder why they continue to get played by people. You trust people too easily. Honestly, like me being in this space and understanding how manipulation works, part of it is people are good at manipulation, but then part of it is women are easy to manipulate. So it's just like one of those situations. You don't think that I could sit here in this spot and not manipulate women for money, for profit? It wouldn't be hard. Because again, women are desperate for answers. Women are desperate to know what to do. It's not hard. You literally give your power away when you do that. You're like, here, take it. It reminds me of the rhetoric where I hear women say things like, I don't want to think for myself. Okay, well, if you don't want to think for yourself, someone else is going to think for you. It's not going to be hard. So make it challenging for people to manipulate you. I don't feel like women are making it challenging. I feel like women are making it easy. Women are making it easy. And then we'll point the finger and say, she's a doormat. But the whole time you're clearly being a doormat yourself. But you think that because it's a woman, it's okay. It's the behavior. It's the behavior. And if you do something over here, then you have to address it over here. It goes both ways. You can't just put the blame on men, and then not address the women. You can't just put the blame on friends and men and then not address your relationship with your family. It's all wrapped in one pretty bow because it comes down to your behavior as well. That's where the accountability comes in. And so you're going to keep allowing people to play in your face. You're going to keep allowing people to manipulate you. You're going to keep allowing people to use you. Really, that's it. You're just going to keep allowing people to use you and take advantage of you. And then you're going to also internalize that as if you did something wrong or you're not good enough, or I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And it's all because you refuse to choose yourself. That's the lesson. I'm just wondering when women are going to actually choose themselves and stop listening to all of this outside rhetoric, making you more confused. Because, that's what chaos does, confusion does on social media. Some could say it's witchcraft, the devil, whichever you want to claim. But it's like, when are you going to stop allowing people to do that to you? Create confusion and chaos in your mind and then put you at war with yourself to the point where you don't even trust yourself. You don't trust yourself to make your own choices and decisions. It's getting ridiculous. And then women are like, this is revolutionary. How is this revolutionary when women are still at war with themselves? How can you say this is revolution? Women are like still at war mentally. It's a mental thing. It's a mental thing. And I told you probably about a year or so ago, I literally said, I'm like, it's time for you to start tuning people out. I'm a content creator with a platform and a microphone. And I'm telling you, it's time for you to start tuning people out. Because it's the truth. Too many people are in your head confusing you on a daily basis. And then you're taking in the information, scrolling on your phone, taking in the information fast. That is frying your brain. Seriously, there are so many case studies on this. So again, it is what it is. I'm taking a break from TikTok. I'm taking a break from Instagram. It's for a reason. I'm not big on just coming on here and talking. I'm big on actually putting things to work, because that's the only way you're going to get what you want out of life. You keep talking and you keep talking in circles. And I've had so many examples of this in the Black community, because the Black community likes to repeat cycles. I'm exiting that conversation. So the whole, I saw the K. Michelle situation, sitting down having the same conversation that grandmama and them had with a Black man. I'm not doing that shit. I got better things to do with my time. So it's just the same conversation. It's just repetitive. It's repetitive. And I'm going to tell you now, the cliff notes, based off of where I'm sitting, is for you to put yourself first, for you to choose yourself, and for you to live your life and make your own choices and decisions. You have enough information. You don't need any more information. You have enough information. There is a such thing as too much information, to the point where now you're afraid on what decision you need to make for yourself. That's crazy. and then your life is passing you by. It's just that's all I want to say. Let's get into this video. But that needed to be said. It needed to be said. Seriously. With everything going on in the world, it just needed to be said. Because the focus, we've lost the plot. We've lost the plot. And one thing I noticed in this space, I've been in this space for 10 years now, probably 11 years, 11 and a half years now. And one thing I noticed about content creators that get a name for themselves and they have a message that they're pushing, it doesn't matter what race, it doesn't matter. I noticed that they allow it to go to their head and now they are driven by their ego. So the purpose that they once had is lost. The genuineness that they once had is lost. The pureness in why they started what they started is completely lost. Know when someone has been compromised, that's part of practicing discernment. Knowing someone has been completely compromised. And yes, a person can be compromised by their ego. And they could have started off with genuine, most purest intentions. They had real purpose in it. But it's clear that now they are completely driven by their ego. And it happens all the time. Some people can't handle a lot of attention. Some people can't handle the spotlight. It goes to their head. So you have to be careful. You have to discern. And at first, it could have been, like I said, in the beginning, very genuine, very purposeful. But you have to know when someone has been compromised. That's all I'm gonna say. And yes, when it comes to this space, I hate the fact that Cecilia on TikTok found out that her content was being stolen by another content creator. That has been happening for years in this space. It has, which is why you'll notice a lot of the OGs that were in this space have went underground to protect their intellectual properties. So I hope the girls are taking notes, and don't be mad at these women who are now wanting to charge for you to get the information, because people are like, it's weird tuning into people's lives. And I'm like, why they sound like me? I'm like, damn, word for word. I'm like, damn, word for word. And y'all know how I am about watching other people's content. Y'all know how I am about that. Like, y'all saw me in real time, how I was like, no, I don't want to watch Jessie Woo. No, I don't want to watch Jessie Woo, because I don't want to talk like her. I don't want to give my perspective from another woman's point of view and thought process. Part of being your own woman and having self-empowerment is you have your own thought process. You have your own perspective. You have your own take, your own viewpoint, because you have your own life experiences. That's part of you loving yourself. So that's all I'm going to say. You know what? I'm going to end this right here. I'm going to end this. I'm going to come back. I'm going to restart this. And we are going to get into Duchess Dior, okay? Because that's what I came here to talk about. But I had to get that off my chest. I did. I had to get that off my chest. So please give the video a thumbs up. Please understand, ladies, you are enough. Your self-empowerment, it starts with your personal development. And if you want to really empower yourself, you would want to intertwine that with your spiritual journey and your personal development. I'm telling you, it works. It has worked wonders for me. It's not a gimmick. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no master course. There's no book. There's no journal. There's no nothing. Just you, God, okay, and yourself. That's it. And once you decide that you want to be that girl, that woman that you have in your mind, you see her up here every day. She haunts you because that's your higher self. That's the version of yourself that you want to be, that you want to become. And you have the power, everything within yourself to become her. Okay? We are all in this together. It's all about elevating. It truly is. It's about elevating. And when you elevate your perspective, it changes. It pivots. It grows. You expand. You become wiser. That's what this is all about. I feel like we're just getting lost in all of this for the wrong reasons. Ego. And yes, this is another thing. One thing I've learned about being in this space, women can be egotistical too. It's not just men. Women can be very much ego driven. So check yourself. And y'all wonder why I do so much shadow work. I do shadow work because technically it's part of my job. How can I talk to you and then I don't have an elevated perspective? You elevate your perspective when you do the shadow work. But then also, if I'm not doing the shadow work, then my ego will get the best of me. And guess who else will be compromised? Me. Me. That's me being honest with you. So, and this can literally go to any woman out here. It doesn't matter what career you're in. You could be an athlete. Don't allow your ego to get the best of you to the point where you are now compromised and you're no longer in your purpose. And y'all know how I am about chosen ones, being in your purpose, living in your purpose. You came here on a mission. Do not lose sight of that. And sometimes people do, they lose sight of it because they're ego driven. So do your shadow work, have self-awareness, so then you'll be able to recognize, oh, that's my ego. That's my ego. I've had to check myself a few times. I had to check myself with the brick lady situation. I did. I was like, okay, let it go. Because that was me being in my ego. So you got to know when to check yourself, when to step off, when to move around and let things go. Okay? Shadow work. If you want more information on that, it's on my second channel. Maybe I'll do more content about that. You know what? Let's make that a daily bread combo. Because I've been meaning to update a daily bread. Let's talk about shadow work. Okay, let me log out. I'm gonna come back. I'll see you in like literally 5 minutes. Y'all enjoy. Well, I'll see you later. Comment down below though. Let me ask you, what is it about yourself that is valuable? That's what I want to know. What is it about yourself that is valuable? Because that's your self-empowerment. Okay, comment down below. I want to know. I want to read the comments. Inspire me.